Hey, Shalom, Kohala, Yabasakakadash. Amen. Back in motion. Double honor to the apostles on down. Salutations to the elect. I've been meditating on, the scriptures talk about the pearl. You know what I mean? If a man bought a field, he had a pearl, and didn't know where the pearl was at, where he not purchased the whole field. Do you know the Lord also say, cast not thy pearls before swine? So, which also what represents the word, And one of my particular favorite jewelry is the pearl, and in this backwards ass world, they say pearls are for women. But, jewelry is jewelry. Regardless, the Lord made jewelry. And, back in the day, men wore pearls, but it was like noble men of like royalty. And the reason I like the pearl is all other jewelry comes from the land, but pearls actually come out the water from the oyster. So, that's why I fuck with the pearls. They come out the water. But even the land came out the water. In the scriptures it said, let the dry land appear. So everything comes from the waters, but pearls are one of them gems that come out the waters. And this shit, man, them shits, them like my favorite gems right there. Especially the South Sea pearls, the gold ones with that luster on them. Woo! Love them. Got a pair. Actually got a pair of them. A necklace. I don't wear it too much, but the point I'm making is that, yeah, man, like, a lot of, diamonds is made under pressure, but pearls is not really made under pressure. How the pearl operates is from the oyster, and a parasite, Salakia, a parasite, sand, or something get into the oyster of the pearl, and it could be anything, any foreign object will get into the oyster of the pearl. It's stuck up in there. So what it does is it winds up irritating the pearl. And the pearl send nectar to coat it. So it's mainly full of calcium. But with the South Sea pearls, it take 2 to 4 years, because they gotta. With the South Sea pearl, these are particular ones with like golden lifts that actually give the pearl its coating, and the deeper the golden luster is, the more valuable the pearl. So the nectar basically kills off the irritant, but it's constantly irritated by, how you got like something stuck in your throat, or you got something, in your tooth, or you got a toothache. It's an irritant. It's irritating you. It ain't actually too much painful, but it's irritating. And that's kind of how like being in Babylon is. You know what I'm saying? It's irritating, especially in certain situations. It's like it ain't too much stressful, like high stress, but it's irritating. It could become stressful, and through the pearl, what eventually it does, it kills off this irritant, It sends the nectar around the irritant, and it hardens. And it hardens over time, until it forms like this, white a golden type pearl. Now, you have them made in captivity where they put the parasite in it and they monitor the oysters and all of that. But then you got like the natural way. So you got natural, then you got like culture. But it's basically the same thing. It's just one was in a controlled environment and one wasn't. But, so the same thing like with, Acts 14, through much tribulations, we must enter into the kingdom. So we got to constantly be irritated going through shit in the society. But guess what? We get that pearl, which is the word of the kingdom. Then too, like the South Sea pearls, they grown like in tropical waters. And they be like a lot of times like at the depths of the ocean. Like you got to go deep down. So that is like dangerous. You know what I'm saying? You could, the ocean ain't nothing to fucking play with. Especially in tropical waters, you got all kinds of shit down there, like orcas, so-called killer whales, great whites, tiger sharks, makos, black tips, white tips. These are the animals we know of, octopuses, squids and shit like that, sea snakes. So, and you got to go down there to pick these oysters up. And all of them might not have like pearls in them because not an irritant don't always get inside of them. So, basically it's like you turning like your hell into like a glory. Instead of letting it destroy you, the Lord said, "What? Let not thy sins weigh thee down." So, Salaki, kind of tired. I'll take a nap or something. But yeah, man, so I was just meditating on that. So, it said the souls of the just complain continually about this damn place we in. And after a while, it just you become immune to it to a degree, but it's still like irritating. You just accept Babylon for being Babylon. You're not accepting the wickedness or an agreement with it, but it's just like, this wicked ass place. This is how it is. Till the Lord burn this shit down and deliver us, So, hey, with that, you can check out like the life cycle of pearls, how they made, especially them South Sea pearls, the golden ones, man. They super rare because they get the golden type hue from like from the lifts or the inside of the pearl. That's actually what coats it. So that's like rare, and they the largest ones of them all. But hey, ultimately in the kingdom we have access to all these gems and jewels, and we be able to tweak it how we want to glorify the kingdom. So hey, with that, just keep fighting a good fight. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat. Shalom.